Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today we're looking at a game that is super old. It's now quite rare to find, especially in the condition that we're looking at today. And it is also a very collectible game. And it was all based on drag racing of the time. And this was released in 1976. And it was part of the car games, the car ball games, if you like. There was a big rage of them going around in the 70s, and this was part of all that fad that was going on at the time. And it was released by MB Games, and this is the game in front of us. And it says MB Games, or Milton Bradley Games, ages 5 to 14 years for 2 players. Go with a flick of the trigger. Your marble shoots the cars along the track. First player with 4 cars home is the winner. And on top of the box, you can see a dragster there, and it says Dragster, which is the name of the game. And it says the great dragster race game of speed and skill. And as you can see on the box there, you can see the image of the marbles pushing down the cars down the track to the finish position. And you can see you've got a launcher on the right hand side of each side, which you pull back and it files the marble up and around the board and goes down one of those slots. And the object of the game is to get all of your cars down into the finish position. It says the cars line up, the player's hand is on the trigger, aim carefully, shoot, there's still 1 to go. So that's the front of the box. I don't know if there's anything on the back of these boxes, because most of the time these games, these old boxes, no. So the back of the box is completely clear. But let's have a look on the side of the box. So it says, again, you've got the same image on the side there. And again, it says Dragster. It says a great dragster race game of speed and skill. MB Games, Milton Bradley, 5 to 14 years. And it's item number 604 411 0002. So that's the name of the game, or the number of the game. And on the end of the box, it says MB Games, Milton Bradley, 5 to 14 years. Again, 604 411 0002. Dragster, the great dragster race game of speed and skill. And we've got the same on the other side, so I won't bother to read it again. But what I am going to do now, we're going to open the box, we're going to take it out, we're going to set the game up, and we're going to have a game. We're going to play this game, and let's see what you think. Okay, so I've removed the game from the box, and this is what we got. So we've got the board here. I've put the marbles in their positions, and I've lined the cars up in their starting positions. Actually, let's just turn the board around to the side. That way, there might be a better view for you to see. So you can see the cars are all lined up, the marbles all in place, and the game is ready to play. Now, obviously the object of the game is the first one to get all their cars down into the winning area, which is down the bottom here. And I suppose it's all done by speed, so I don't think you took turns to doing it. I think you both went at the same time. So let's see. Let's do 2 at the same time. So here we go. Oh, that wasn't hard enough. Oh, there we go. So we both got 1 card down into the end positions. So now we need to try and get the other card down. So let's do the 2 together again. Again, not hard enough. Again, wasted, because actually this is more difficult than you think, because you've got to not only just get the ball up there, you don't want to go too hard. If you go too hard, you're going to... if you don't go hard... Oh, there we go. So we got that one down. Yeah. Oh, that was a good shot, actually. But that's what you need to do. You need to get all 4... Oh! I'm going to give that one a little bit of... Oh, no, it went the wrong way. So, if you go too far, you got to keep going and go again. So it's quite a difficult... Yeah, no, I haven't gone far enough on that one. So it's quite difficult. It's not as easy as you would think. You've got to make sure you judge that correctly. So see, red is now in the lead. Yeah, blue. The blue side I keep doing at the wrong... Oh! I thought I was going to win that then. Thought red was going to win. No, still not right on the blue. Oh, too hard on the red. Going too hard on the blue. I mean, this is much more difficult than I actually thought this game was going to be. Oh, there we go. So red is the winner. Red's got all 4 down. I'm still struggling on the blue side. I'm actually pulling it too hard or too soft. It's quite a lot more. Yeah. So if when I go a bit too far, yeah, I tend to overdo it. Oh, there we go. So I've got the second one down, and then it's just to get this first one down is not. Yeah, I'm going too hard. It is quite a difficult game to judge. I suppose if you play it a lot, you would get to judge it, and you'll be able to get that ball down, get that card down. There we go. So there we are. That's how the game works. And there we are. So reds come first, blue comes second. But there's no prize for second in this game. So that's the game. Obviously, that's the object of the game, is to be the first to get all 4 of your cards down. It is a game of speed and skill. So the quicker you do it, the more accurate you are, the quicker you win the game. So there we are. So a nice little ball game there from the 1970s. So how well did this game do back in 1976? Well, in the 1970s and the 60s and the 50s come with that, and probably the 80s, ball games or family games, table games was very, very popular. We didn't have things like computers, mobile phones. We were just having the television game just come out, which used to plug into the back of your TV. You could play tennis and squash, or there was some that come with a gun that you could shoot a target on. But that was the basics of the computer games. Everything else was board games. And no, I'll tell a lie. There was little games like Pocketeers, and they were like wind-up games. So they were on like a little motor, and you could hold them in your pocket. So there was some things that were getting on for electronics, but it wasn't quite there. So board games and games like these were very, very popular. Having said that, I can go back and say Sky Electric and Hornby was all around at that time, and they were electronic and very, very popular as well. But they were really more for people that was into that kind of thing. General games for families and children was hugely popular. And I know back in the day when we were kids, we used to Saturday night was a great night, because we all used to sit around a table and we'd be playing different games and have a fun game night with the family. So that's pretty much what it was like back in the 60s and the 70s. Maybe not so much in the 80s, because things have started to change and so on. And games that were dissipating, really. They weren't as popular as they were back in the previous decades. And obviously nowadays, although games are still somewhat popular, it's usually only the big name games that are played regularly these days. Other than that, everyone's on their computers or on their phones playing games. So it's a very different industry altogether nowadays. Back in 1976, it was hugely popular, and I'm guessing, I don't know the numbers of how many of these games were produced, but I'm guessing they produced quite a large quantity, because it's a Milton Bradley game and they never did things by half. So quite a few would have been produced, no doubt. And back in those days also, there were so many games coming out. Like I say, because it was such a popular thing, games were being produced and invented left, right and centre. So this one was no exception. Anything that was thought to be attractive to a family or to the children was turned into a game. So hugely popular, and the game sold very, very well. Now let's move forward 50 or 40, 46, 48 years to 2024. My maths is not very strong today. How popular are these games now? well, they're not really that popular. They really only appeal to collectors or people that are into vintage items, vintage toys and games, that kind of thing. Do they come up very often on platforms? These ones do, I suppose. You do see them, not overly regular, but they do come up from time to time on the platforms. And as this particular game was never an expensive game, and it's still not an expensive game now, it's purely because of what it is. It's really just a lump of plastic with a couple of marbles and some cars. So it's not an expensive game. It's a fun game from a vintage time, but it's not really an expensive game. And it does pop up from time to time on the platforms in various different conditions. You do find some on the platforms missing some cars, missing the balls, with a broken trigger here. But yeah, that does happen with games that are this kind of age. Things get lost, things get broken, but they're still fun games. So yeah, they do come up on the platforms. As always, I say be careful what you're ordering on the platforms, because a lot of them use vintage photographs, and what you think you're ordering is not necessarily what you're going to get. So be very careful, and always click the use button to make sure that what you're looking at is what you are going to order. A lot of rigmarole, but you could end up disappointed. Or you don't have to do that. You can come to us at Midas Touch, where you know that what we show on our videos is exactly what you are going to get. So this particular item, along with many other vintage games, are available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage toys, games, and collectibles. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes to the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive that this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you're looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item you upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful old Dragster game with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.